Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sideshow Adventure Club, the show where we get a bunch of theater people together and roll dice for your entertainment. My name is Walt McGough. I will be your dungeon master this evening, and I will be joined by our hardy band of adventurers over on the side of the screen. This way, never remember which way to point. Let's start off by saying hi to them. Let's say hi to Grift first.
Hi, it's me. My real name is Kay, but I am playing Grift in this lovely game. I am a half orc bard. Um, Both Grift and I use she, they pronouns. A fun fact about Grift is she's been a vegetarian for 10 years. But actually like still eats chicken nuggets sometimes, but just doesn't tell anyone.
It's fantasy chicken nuggets, so it could literally be anything.
Yeah.
It's just that conjuration magic. How about Mabel? Let's say hi.
Hi, everyone. I am Dion. I use she, they pronouns, and I'll be playing Mabel, who's a she, her. So Mabel is a high elf. Mabel is, a noble. And Mabel, are we on secret? See how I forgot?
What class is Mabel?
Uh, Not me forgetting this. Bard.
Nailed it.
I'm a bard, y'all. I be playing the music. Yes. I be getting it. Very musical. And secret, right? Okay. So secret about Mabel is she once used her spells to lure a teacher out of the classroom so she could change her grade.
Oh my goodness, Mabel. This is the valedictorian of Wickmore Academy talking here. Oh my gosh. It's all that pressure to achieve,
All of it. Yeah, it gets to your head sometimes.
Absolutely. And last but not least for now, more about that soon, Scroll, come say hi.
Hi, my name is Jairika Guest. I use she, her pronouns. I am playing Scroll, who uses she, her pronouns as well. Scroll is a Kalishtar druid, and a fun secret about Scroll is that she actually she has no reference on actual like how to like tend gardens. She receives all of her recipes, messages, any to-dos from ancestors that speak on her left and right shoulder. Beyond that, she doesn't carry anything that she's kept herself. It's all information she's received from the past.
I love that. Is it like an angel demon setup or just rotating the ancestors?
I mean, family, right?
Which is which, right?
Right.
Exactly. We have good influences and bad ones. So,
Absolutely. Well, great. So we're going to start with these three fine folks this evening. Some unfortunate news. Aaron Lockman, who plays Skoshik, is unfortunately ill tonight, not with like the illness, but just with a illness that has got him down for the count tonight. So we're wishing that he feels much better, but he's not going to be able to join us this evening. And Tina Munoz Pandya, who plays Goldie, is on her way in, so she's going to be joining us a little bit later. So the story is going to kick off with these three folks, and then we will fold Goldie in when she arrives. But in the meantime, all that magic will be accomplished by our able and fantastic producer, Beau Frazier. And we are going to go ahead and get episode 3 of the Adventure Club rolling. This is our final episode, the culmination of 3 weeks worth of journey, and I'm very excited to jump in. Before we do, though, before we get rolling, just a reminder that this show is a production of Sideshow Theater Company. Supporting Sideshow means making more live entertainment like this possible, helping us put cool stuff out in the world. Please go to our website, sideshowtheater.org. Check us out, support if you feel or have the capacity, and help us keep doing cool things. That would be great. But with that plug out of the way, we can fully jump in now and say when last we left our heroes. They beat up a big plant. The group single-handedly or quintuple-handedly saved the Mistrun Harvest Festival from the attack of a giant zombie pumpkin pile, and officially, and also saved the life of Mistrun's new steward, Lucidia Hoffright. Lucidia and her butler Haxton invited the group to stay the night at the town manor, and also be on hand in case anything else were to happen after the events of the Harvest Festival. And so the gang piled into the big McMansion that is the Lucidia's Hoffright Mistrun Manor, hung out, had a little bit of group bonding time in the common room, and woke up the next morning to find where we begin. The first thing that you do notice as you wake up and come into the common room of the manor house that morning, there's a nice little breakfast spread on the table. So that's probably the first thing you notice. The second thing you notice is that Skoshik and Goldie are nowhere to be found. Both of them have gone missing at some point during the night. Their doors are hanging open, and they are absent. You don't hear them anywhere. The second thing you notice is that there is conversation coming from out in the main foyer, and upon walking out and into the main hall, you see Lucidia Hoffright in conversation with, as we talked about last week, Ivernus Mello, the sort of tall, thin, imposing man who is the kind of legendary co-head and founder of Wickmore Academy. Be very well known to you, Mabel, and you, Grift, both by reputation and interaction. Ivernus is flanked by a number of honor guards sort of in the Wickmore livery behind him, one of whom, standing at Ivernus's left shoulder, is Mabel's cousin Marcus, with whom, as we have established in previous fun facts, she has a little bit of a history with. So you come out after seeing two of your party members are missing. Scroll, I'm guessing this is especially upsetting for you since they're the two party members that you have been traveling with prior to all of this. You come out and find this sort of legendary whisperer talking in hushed tones to Lucidia. And the last thing that you notice before you descend the stairs into the main foyer is that at his feet is the corpse of H.J. Piccadilly, who was the head of the circus troupe that instigated the attack on the Mistrun Harvest Festival. And he is lying at Ivernus's feet. You start descending the staircase. Lucidia immediately turns to you and says, yes, well, these are the adventurers who broke up the attack and saved my life. I'm incredibly grateful to them. Please come. Please meet Ivernus Mello from Wickmore. He is here to assist us in figuring out what happened last evening. Is this all of you? Were the other two not coming?
We're not sure where they are. Should we be worried?
That is true. Lucidia sort of processing this.
I'm worried.
And
slightly.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, after you. What is Scroll? How does Scroll?
I'm curious. Do we hear any of the whispering? Do we hear any last things that are said before?
Yeah, I think as you're descending the staircase, it sounds like they're basically getting a recap of what happened at the festival. You are being talked about, as you come in, as Lucidia notices you. It seems like she'd basically gotten to the point where she was poisoned by a plant monster, and you all intervened.
So they don't look. They're not caught off guard. Oh snap! They're in the room now.
Everybody, shut up! Stop talking about evil things.
I'm curious about Mabel's cousin. I don't have the relationship that you and Grift have with what was it?
With Ivernus, the professor?
Ivernus, yeah. So I would be curious to learn more about him. Let's see. I would be. I'm
roll a quick insight check because you're getting the measure of him.
Yeah, I like that.
Everybody loves insight.
14, so 18.
Okay, excellent. Mabel, what does Marcus look like?
Okay, Marcus is tall, with pointy ears. Always has like the beard that's just like the perfect trim, you know, like spent way too much time on it. And then like curly hair and like a fade, you know, it's just curls, you know, falling and short at the side. So Marcus, you know, think he cute essentially. And probably like I would say a little like I don't know, probably some broad shouldered, but kind of lean dude.
Sort of overachiever and knows it. Yeah. So you see, standing next to Ivernus, there is an admittedly striking, well coiffed guard. Very like gleaming armor. Like the Wickmore armor is this very, you know, it's an academy, but it definitely has like this gleaming sort of purple and blue cape coming off of it, and just like bright shining armor on all of the guards. But Marcus is wearing it particularly well. With that insight, you can tell that he's shaken by seeing Mabel coming down the stairs. He is definitely, you don't know their relationship, you don't know who he is to her, but he is, every second he can, he's glancing at her with a look of consternation and confusion, but he's also trying to be very cognizant of doing like the Buckingham Palace guard, impassive kind of thing. So he's working really hard to not show it, but seeing Mabel has thrown him for some reason. And he's sweating it a little bit. As you're kind of getting the measure of him, Ivernus steps forward and says, Miss Vipelian, you should be very worried if your compatriots are not here. You as well, Grifton. I am pleased to see that you have represented the Wickmore way in your efforts yesterday. However, things seem to be much graver in the forest than even would have been thought after the fest last night. He immediately like begins speaking to the room. He's like, he has acknowledged the three of you, or the two of you. He hasn't even really clocked you very much. He immediately turns to the room and he says, we pursued this brigand, and he points down to Piccadilly's body on the ground, after receiving this household's call for distress and for assistance, pursued him through the forest, cornered he and his wagon as they headed towards their final destination, and he turned to fight us and was thwarted, at which point he, through some sort of dark sorcery, ignited and exploded his own wagon and was caught himself in the blast. We were lucky to have survived, but we now present him here in the hopes that we may unravel this mystery. This is like a guy who is so used to holding everyone's attention that he, it's like the little bit of a tremble that like he's righteously indignant about all of this. But yeah, he says, we came at once as we were called and happened upon this nefarious person who we have brought to heel. And now, with any luck, we will find those who have undoubtedly destroyed your compatriots in their plot.
I have a question out of character. Is the guy they brought in, is that the one that initially like did the like put the staff on the ground and made all the stuff happen?
Yeah, he made the big speech. You basically countered, you charm personed him and countered some kind of suggestion, or you did a suggestion on him and sort of blew up some form of suggestion that had already been on him. So last you saw this guy, he seemed to have snapped out of some kind of a trance after having initiated the plant battle and was running away. He ran to the carriage, got into it, and rode off during the course of the fight.
I don't think this was the big bad guy.
I'm sorry?
No, this guy was like, someone else was controlling him and having him spearhead this. I don't think this is the guy you were after. I think you just chased some guy that was running away from the fight down. He got scared and defended himself, and then you exploded the wagon.
Are you doubting our capacities for defending the countryside, Grifton?
It's Griftook, actually. If you paid attention to your general students, you would know that.
Well, if you were ever on campus, perhaps I would have learned it correctly.
Maybe if you taught anything interesting, I would be on campus.
Oh, listen. It is so I could tell in good faith that you brought this man to us. You've always been, what's the word I'm looking for? Go-getter. Really
Efficient,
heroic.
Mabel. I believe.
An icon.
Thank you for this.
So I feel like there were good intentions. This man did start everything with the flying objects coming to life, and it did ruin a new favorite instrument of mine. But I mean, he might know some information, and that can't be a bad thing. Is he alive?
He is definitely not. He
Okay.
is quite dead. Ivernus says, "Thank you for that, Miss Papillion. I appreciate your candor and understanding. I will say, Grifdick, as coarse as your manner may have been, you have touched on something that is true, which is that this was obviously not the mastermind of whatever attack befell. We know this because in the course of our bringing him to heel while he was brutally attacking us, he shouted that he was doing all of it in the name of something that he referred to as the Skyholder. We, of course, are not sure what that is and seek to know it as soon as possible. Scroll. Roll me a quick nature check. You recognize this word when he says it. This is just to see how well you recognize it.
Rolled 13 altogether.
Excellent. So he says this, and a couple things happen. You receive memories from your ancestors. Like you've said, you were connected to this sort of lost, fragmented history of this world. And they come sometimes in just sort of glimpses, in flashes, sometimes in more like a stream. As when he says the word Skyholder, this actually hits you fairly hard. I think you might even have to take a step back from it, because you immediately have a glimpse of something that is not only true and that speaks to something, connects to a deeper truth, but that is close and that is a proxy. Skyholder is a location, a force, a presence in the Old Forest, which is just surrounding in the district of Pell, where Mistrun is. Mistrun is sort of on the far south. The Old Forest grows a little farther away. Skyholder is a name that you have heard being whispered from the trees, from the animals, spoken from the ground as you've made your way through the Old Forest in the past. And it is, to the core, when he actually says it and puts this word that you have heard rippling through brooks as you walk over them, as he puts language to this word, you know that it is close, you know that it is active, and with that role especially, you are hit with a pang of danger memory from something calls out in response to that name, as it sort of occurs to you. So basically, he says this guy yelled out this name, the Skyholder, before his cart detonated, claimed that he was doing all of this in his name. And then we are now trying to determine what or who or where that may be. And you are just sort of struck by this sudden sharp pang of need, of worry, of concern from somewhere nearby.
Mabel, Grift, I don't think we should be here. No. I feel with that information, I have a question with that to know if I can do this. I would love to be able to mind link with a creature, and I wonder if this is possible to possibly. I feel like I should be able to do this, but maybe not. Mind link with the dead person.
Ooh. I think the dead person is he's not present in a way like a dead person like
He's
that.
not there. Okay.
Well, he's there, but the the mind is not present. The soul is on the plane. But I think with you, so you're a Kalashtar, you do have this sort of light telekinesis, like you can or telepathy. You can connect mind link with people, with objects. I feel like with especially the druidic background, with where Scroll is coming from, you probably have an even easier time doing this with animals.
Right.
Plants, perhaps. You know, you have your spells around speaking with animals, but I think like for vibes, you can connect more easily with animals themselves. So there are a couple animals here. There is Mabel's bird that has come down. I don't know, Mabel, how does the bird react to seeing Marcus?
The bird is.
There's definite recognition there.
I don't know. The bird is happy, and I'm like, you traitor.
So there's like, so yeah, Mabel's trying to like pat down a bird gently, not aggressively, but sort of calm a bird that's very obviously excited to see this well coiffed guard. But so there's that. There are also there's a squirrel. There are squirrels running around in the window outside. Like there are probably some mice in this building. So if there's like an animal you want to reach out to or try to connect with, I could give you that.
Yeah, I think instead of, because I feel like, well, yeah, what is Sapling's demeanor? I know like they're yapping and like frantic, but I mean, is there anything else? Did they just start that as soon as they spotted Marcus, or?
They're very excited about Marcus. They're very focused on that. They have not been listening to the rest of the conversation. You know, Sapling doesn't take it all in all the time. Sapling's got bird worries. You know, there's a whole other nexus of concern when you're a bird. But Marcus is definitely pulling the attention. But yeah, I think because you connected with Sapling already, you sort of easily pick this little link up. And yeah, are you directing a question at them?
Yeah, I would like to know what is happening with Sapling. What has them all excited? So I would like to mind link with him.
Excellent. You link with Sapling. There is just like joy, ebullience, a little bit of relief. And Mabel, roll me an animal handling check. I never get to make people roll these checks.
Okay. Oh, a 3. Oh wait, no, it was actually a 20. Sorry, the symbol was in my way.
Oh yeah, no, there is a 20. Yeah, okay. Sapling is about to fly off your shoulder to Marcus. And I think you in your travels have learned like what the stroke along the back is that sort of can calm Sapling. And so I think Scroll, you pick up this like joy wanting to go to Marcus, and then a calm sort of relief. Sapling's getting a scritch now, so Sapling sort of chills out, settles down onto Mabel's shoulder. I think you feel comfort from Sapling, and you feel it's still focused on Marcus. There's like a friendship there, a kinship, and I think with that earlier insight roll, I'll give you that. I think you definitely pick up on Mabel and this guy are related. There is a relation. There is a history there, and Sapling is sort of choosing who to be with at a particular point, but is settled on Mabel for now. Whoop! And Scroll is driven from the room by the force of the revelation. I'm guessing that's a technical difficulty, so we'll just keep rolling until Scroll can rejoin. Yeah.
To be clear, that insight was like bad vibes from like the what's his face, the professor guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, bad vibes. Well, no, the insight was on Marcus. and Marcus was was fixated on Mabel.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, Iverness has asked the room if the Skyholder means anything to anyone. Lucidia does not seem to recollect anything. You see Scroll sort of rocked back by this, but then I think she sort of disappears into her own mind for a little bit as she sort of focuses.
I'm gonna do a thing.
Do a thing.
Yes. I don't trust this crew, except maybe Lucidia. I think she's just like, she's new in her job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna guess Zone of Truth. So everyone in a 15-foot radius needs to make a charisma saving throw of 13.
Nice. Okay. Okay. So you cast Zone of Truth. It encompasses everyone in this room. You see Iverness is a little surprised by this. It sort of ripples out from you. This silvery dome washes over everyone. And there's a moment of suspension where it's not really clear, like, who's going to talk first. Everybody's kind of looking around. I think the Wickmorians know what just happened. And then you see Marcus just look at Mabel and go, I want my bird back. Give it.
You're not getting your bird back. I want her fair and square.
I didn't realize that it was forever. I just thought it was for like a weekend, and then you were going to give it back. I want the bird back. I deserve it back. I didn't come here for this. That's not why I came.
Why are you here?
I'm here with. I was offered a very advantageous position in the social order of Wickmore by this man who is severe and somewhat frustrating, but ultimately a good move for me career-wise. And so I took it, and I'm proud that I did it for the family. And you, as he's talking, Scroll, just so you're caught up, a Zone of Truth spell has just been cast by Grift. And you see Marcus, like, his wheels just gradually start to spin. And he's like, and I don't always like doing it because he has me do annoying things like fetch him tea in the morning and read stuff and letters that he doesn't want to and act like he read them and send correspondence. And he's, he has weird hygiene habits that I find a little off-putting, and he's just like, you see the dawning realization. And then Iverness holds up his hand and stops Marcus from talking and says, Griftic, that was impressive, I have to admit.
Thank you. It turns out I did learn some stuff. So why are you really here?
We are here because we were asked to come and assist this noble house and determine what threat lay in the deep forest to put them at risk. Is that not correct, Lucidia? And he turns to her, and Lucidia is looking down at the table, and she says, I know what the Skyholder is.
Okay.
for reference, no one rolled above an 8 on this.
Nice.
And she says, and as she is saying this, Scroll, you get these sort of mental visions of what it is as well. She says, the Skyholder is a grove and a presence of great power in the deep forest that has long been considered a threat to Mistrun by many. Others look at it as a protector. I would assume that it is now a threat and must be dealt with. It would be on the road, away from town, where this man was headed. I do not know what would wait for you there, but I would appreciate this entire matter being resolved.
Do you trust these guys?
No. And then she sits down. She says, I need them, but I was taught not to trust many people if I wanted to succeed in life. And Iverness says, a very good lesson. Please believe me when I say, because you must believe me, because I must say it. We mean no one here any harm, and we are merely here to protect the house from whatever this Skyholder threat is. And I suppose, if we are not trusted to perform that action, some designated agents of Madame Hoffreit's would be more likely to succeed in the matter.
What's the energy of, because you said there are other guards behind Iverness. What's their, are they still, what are they doing behind them?
They're trying really hard not to react to the fact that Marcus just went on a 5-minute rant about his boss's hygiene habits and how he wants his bird back. Like, there's a lot of energy being directed at Marcus right now, and he is just sort of biting his tongue.
So no one's of a menacing nature or like threat?
No, they feel really like they're just kind of jobbing it. They're there with him. I think if anything, under the zone of truth spell, their demeanor's gotten a little more lax. I think especially now that Marcus has sort of taken Iverness down a little bit, or down a peg. But there's definitely a lot of nervous energy in the room from them. They do not look like they're a threat. So when Iverness says that, Lucidia looks up and says, would the three of you be comfortable investigating this grove and seeing what must be done?
Well, we don't have our accountant here.
You will be paid handily, I promise.
I'm down.
Is there anything you can give us to make it, a little more safe? Do we have health potions? Do we have, armors in this large building? We could borrow them and bring them back. Well, not the potions, because
Iverness says, if we are truly to stay here and assist Lucidia with crowd management, I suppose we will not require the 5 potions of healing that we brought on our trip with us. Marcus, he snaps his fingers, and Marcus stands up. He says, please go and fetch them. You know where they are. They're right next to the T. And Marcus sort of slumps, walks out to the wagon to fetch those 5 potions of healing.
Is he an intern?
Right.
It's all for exposure. He's doing it to, you gotta put a leg up. So the last thing is, as this has been talked about, Scroll, your mind is sort of cycling in the back, and you, as you are led outside to get the cart where Marcus will furnish you with these healing potions. Iverness gestures to the road where they tracked down Piccadilly's cart and attacked. He mentions that it would be found, a couple miles into the woods. And as you see the woods and as he talks about the roads, you suddenly feel fairly confident that you can find this place. Like the Skyholder name has sort of caused this radar ping in your mind that you feel like you can get to where you need to go to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, yes, I do feel confident in that. Yeah, I would like to kind of learn more with Marcus and like see what opportunities can present themselves as far as like where to go, especially in regards to this like Skyholder.
Yeah.
Curious to know if the I would like to, in a sense, kind of explore nature for a bit, like the grounds itself, and maybe that'll tell me. Is asking to go into like a wild shape too soon. Just to traverse the space.
Yeah. What kind of animal you want to be?
I think I would like to be a fox.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. You are you're sort of standing there, everyone's talking, sort of casually chatting, and then suddenly Scroll is just like zoop, like shrinks down, and there's a fox on the stoop now. You run off and run just to run around the grounds, start to get a sense. We'll get back to that in a second. The two of you are standing on the ledge, and Marcus comes up, and Mabel gives you the healing potions, and says, "Would you do you think you'll need any help on this? Because we could. I mean, I could come and assist. If you wanted some assistance. I'm pretty good at stuff." He's choosing his words very carefully and still doing a bad job.
I don't know. You're not getting any of the money.
I have my position under Master Ivernus. I need nothing else.
Oh, okay.
I just want to do something cool. Can we?
Oh, this is so hard. I don't know. What do you think, Sapling? My pet Sapling on the beak.
Sapling's sort of hopping up and down, like gradually hopping over further and further on your shoulder towards Marcus.
Okay,
I
you
don't
can
know
go
if this
say
is-
hi. It's fine.
Oh, it flutters over. Marcus is like, oh, thank like immediate, like good, but like it's doing the thing where it nibbles on his finger. It's very precious.
Wow, this is very cute. Yeah. I guess I turn to Grift and I say, my cousin is known for making himself useful, though not as useful as me, seeing as I won this bird from him in a fair fight. Well, are you cool with him tagging along with us?
Yeah, I mean, we could use an intern.
Right?
There's like
a good tea.
Apprentice? No.
He just starts loading the healing potions into the bag, rustling. Excellent. So I suppose you all can follow the fox, or I would recommend it, because Scroll, when you hit fox form, your senses immediately heighten. You're hit with waves of like this kind of magnetic sensory information, scent especially, and with this thought in mind of the Skyholder, you feel a tug. You feel this kind of primal pull, and that sense of distress and of need is felt even keener now that you're in this natural form. Now that you are connected to the wilderness around you on a deeper level, everything here is alert and scared, and it is all directed at this grove, the Skyholder. So I think almost without even willing it, you take off to go and serve this need, and the rest of the party follows. So Mabel and Grift.
Oh, okay, I guess we're going now. Okay.
Right.
As you're running out, it's Goldie! As you are running out,
we run into Goldie.
Grift, Lucidia grabs your arm as you are clearing off, and she says, "Thank you for doing this, and also for healing me yesterday. I appreciated that very much, and I appreciated seeing you again."
Likewise. How are you?
Oh, how long does this spell last?
It's still kicking, like 10 minutes or something.
Not great, but confident in you.
That is surprisingly sweet, and Grift gets a little flushed. It's like, great.
She says, just be careful, please.
I will. You also be careful. Watch out for those guys.
Always. And yeah, she sort of walks back into the house. Goldie.
Yes. Hello, thank you.
You had a rough night. You were after talking with Grift last night. You were something was bothering you. There was something nagging in the back of your mind, and you couldn't really put a finger on it. So you walked into the common room, and you actually saw that Skoshik's door was open. And when going into his room, you saw that his window was open, and Skoshik himself was gone. So you went out to investigate, look after your poor lost bird boy, and find him. And in the course of it, you actually happened upon a cart that was being loaded up with the destruction of the events at the festival. So on that cart were actually the two bodies of the tumblers who you fought and as you were walking by them, you couldn't help but notice that they each had a tattoo on their arm, and on their upper arms was a simple tattoo of a hollow tree trunk, which from your days in the rambling smuggling trade, is the sign of the gang, the Hollow Trunks, which is a smuggling gang that you often worked with, intersected with, ran alongside, and not known to staging attacks on small villages in the middle of the woods. I think that this probably kicked in some curiosity. And so you went off to look after the last member of this party that you saw the day before, which was H.J. Piccadilly, who, after being woken up from some kind of spell, ran to his cart and rode away during the fight. And I believe you ran down the road after this cart, came upon the ruined remains of it in the middle of the woods, the smoldering wreckage after some form of a fight. And shortly thereafter, as you were investigated it, you were knocked unconscious by unseen forces.
Cool.
Just to catch you up.
Great. Love it.
We're gonna intersect very soon.
Great.
I assume. I mean, I don't know. Anything could happen. Who knows? Yeah. They could all decide to go to McDonald's. It's up to them wherever this fox is going.
Honestly, let's.
Scroll the Fox. You are love that band. You are running through the woods.
Sorry.
After this scent, Mabel and Grift and cousin Marcus desperately trying to keep up with you as you bound along. I don't think you're even necessarily sticking to the trail, but eventually you come upon the wreckage of a wagon, and you know that this smells of the corpse that was brought into the Hoffright Manor. You know this to be getting closer. You cut into a forest path that is almost impossible to see from the road, but your senses tell you that it is there. You plunge through these brambles, you go through the woods, and as everybody sort of stumbles after you, you all pour out into the midday light of a glade. It's this clearing in the middle of the forest. And as soon as you sort of come out through the underbrush, all of you together, through this break in the trees, the atmosphere just feels different here. It's like all the sound of the forest, the birds and the animals and everything else drop out. And you are suddenly in a silent area with one exception that I'll get to in a minute. Visually, first, you see this glade is full of tall, willowy trees that are very different than the rest of the trees in this forest. They look very old, but they're still very thin and narrow. They kind of have long branches that dip down. And they are clustered in various positionings around a massive, wide-trunked and very tall tree that grows up above the top of this clearing, and sort of its branches and boughs spread out above it. The clearing itself is about the size of a football field, and it is all gently fixated around this massive tree. The sound that you notice as you come in is not a natural one. It is the sound of wind chimes. Just this sort of soft, irregular tinkling and jangling as you come in. And Scroll, as you bound through in your fox form, you know two things. One, that this tree is the sky holder. And two, that something here is very deeply wrong as you look around. That's what you all get for free. Goldie, you're still not here. We're going to get to you, I promise.
I'm sensing some things. I feel like I want to, even though it's not the right, probably not what anyone else would do, I would love to connect to nature and see what I can like sense from.
Oh yeah, you don't even need to try anything special. You're at ground level. Like all you feel right now is agony, fear, something not right. Yeah, there is something. If trees could cry or cry out, like this is a place where something wrong has happened. Everybody, roll me a perception check.
5.
17.
Grift, these trees are very pretty.
16.
It's lovely here. I feel like this is the kind of place you could just sort of lay out, have a picnic.
I'm just like, man, I love nature. This is so nice.
Yeah. Great. Scroll and Mabel, you both arrive at similar conclusions by different paths. Mabel, yours by the sort of academic understanding of magic and botany and all of this, and Scroll by your sort of natural ancestral connection. You start to realize that all of these trees are covered in iron charms or metal sort of charms, but they are not like wind chimes that have been hung up on the trees. These are like shoots of iron that are growing out of and enwrapped inside of the branches of these trees. So that you have these long spindly branches coming out and then iron sort of shooting out of them. And then that is what is clacking together gently in this breeze. It is, it's both like really serene and really grotesque all at once as this is happening. You also see the skyholder tree itself, this large tree in the center of the clearing, has a massive iron band around the base of it, around the entire trunk, sort of inscribed with runes that are softly catching the light and glinting. And with those rolls, the last things that you hear, not the last things, the most recent things that you hear are the sounds of approaching footsteps. And from the back of the clearing, you see two people dressed in sort of simple traveling gear with a little bit of flair to it, walking out, dragging an unconscious Goldie and throwing her down at the foot of the tree on the far end of the clearing. Goldie, you are awoken by this as you sort of come to consciousness, and as you look up into this tree, this massive tree that you are lying under. Good waking up, by the way. You see hanging in the boughs, breathing but fully bound, is Skoshik, sort of suspended in the branches of this tree, with the branches themselves having wrapped up around him and having grabbed him. So you're looking into this clearing. Got a lot of trees with iron growing out of them. This soft tingling sound, or soft tinkling. There we go. Sound. Iron band around the tree. Goldie, you're underneath it. You're flanked by these two people dressed similarly to the tumblers from the circus. You can actually see Goldie. You're close enough that they both have hollow trunk tattoos on as well.
Great.
And the last thing that happens is you hear a sharp clap, and then all of those jangling tones unify into a single long sustained note. And I need all of you to make wisdom saves.
Let me get my dice. Is this just a D20?
I got a 10.
D20, and you're going to add your wisdom scores to it.
20.
Oh, Scroll. Good Lord. It's the wisest fox in the world.
I got a 13.
I also
I got
got a 13.
I got a
Okay.
10.
A 10. Okay, great. You all make it except for Grift. Or no, actually, no, I'm sorry. It was a 14. So only Scroll makes it. You are all held suddenly. You step into this clearing. You have a moment to take all of this in. And then suddenly this tone rings out and you are all frozen in place. Unable to move, as is the definition, I guess, of being frozen in place. And I think, honestly, Scroll, the thing that saves you from it is that you are a fox. There is something different in the way this spell has been cast. That you hear it, you hear the tone ring out, but it doesn't, and you feel like a ripple of magic ripped across you. Everyone else you see stuck, and stepping out from behind the Skyholder, holding a long iron bar, is Haxton, the butler of the Hoffright estate. And he says, "This would have been so much simpler if you hadn't known where this grove was. It really could have gone on just being an anonymous threat that we could all unify behind and help get some power in the area. But since you're all here, I suppose we can do things the hard way. And I need you all to roll initiative for me."
Damn meddling kids.
I would have gotten away with it too. He pulls a mask off, and it's just his face again, but he had a mask made.
Sorry, would you say roll?
Roll initiative, sorry.
I got a 16.
16
I
for
got-
Grift,
A 17.
17 for Mabel.
I got a 12.
12.
Initiative under saving throws. Sorry.
No, sorry, right next to saving throws. It's in its own
Next to
little
your
box
armor
next to
I
armor
see, I
class.
see. Okay.
So I'm sorry, Goldie was a 16 and Grift was a 12?
Yes.
Great.
I rolled a
Cool.
6, so 8.
Great. And all right, and I'm gonna add Marcus in because he came along too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Where's Marcus?
Marcus looks confused. All right, so he is actually gonna. Yeah, his first action is holding everybody, and Mabel, you can roll another one of those wisdom checks to try to break out of this, but right now you are just kind of like flexing against this spell.
Okay. I am. Yes. Does that kind of like one of my actions?
Yeah, that'll be your action for the turn.
Okay. Let me try to roll wisdom again and see if I can get out of it. I rolled a 2.
Oh no! You're just so bowled over by this stunning twist. Yeah, you are still sort of held. I think the conjurer Haxton sort of walks forward and lifts and slams his staff down on the ground, and the tone actually shifts of this whole the whole grove. The tone that is sounding out, and you see two of the trees actually pull their roots up and animate and sort of start moving their limbs and walking towards the group of you. So what you're looking at right now is Skyholder's in the center of the clearing. Goldie, you're in front of it, flanked by these two brainwashed tumblers. Midpoint and the Haxton is standing sort of near your group. Midpoint of the clearing, two trees have just come to life, and then the edge of the clearing, the rest of you are standing there. And Goldie.
All right, I have my trusty other cat with me. Okay, so it's a wisdom throw to
Yeah,
break out of.
wisdom throw.
Okay, let's see. That is a 17.
Oh yeah, you are free. The people standing over you have not noticed that you are unheld.
Amazing. And they're within 5 feet of me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Great. I would like to Misty Step as my bonus action away from them,
Great.
so that I'm not within range of any of our foes.
Wonderful. Where would you like to wind up? Just
By my friend Scroll, who is now a fox, I guess.
yeah. I mean, you saw. I guess you saw a fox running in.
Yeah. I love it. I feel like I'm going to want to know more about this, so I'll go towards Scroll.
Absolutely. Scroll, you have a tabaxi. It's a cat and a fox hanging out together. It's
as they do.
Cats and dogs living together. Lovely. So you misty step, poof, poof. You leave those two guys behind, along with Haxton, who seems a little frustrated that you have escaped his magics. Grift, your turn.
Okay, do I just roll to see if I'm unheld?
Yeah, let's roll to see if you can get out.
Can I speak when I'm being
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not paralyzed. It's like you're sort of like, yeah.
All right, then as like, well, I'll roll first because I think it can be done in any order. 11.
11 is not going to do it.
Okay. Well, for my bonus action at least, I'm gonna shoot some bardic inspiration Goldie's way now that she's undone.
Thanks.
And just say, "Nice to have you back."
Can I wink at you? I wink at Grift.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're not held anymore. You can.
Nice.
Excellent. Marcus, roll a 4, so he's going to be a lot of help in this fight. Scroll, you are a fox. You can stay that way if you want, or you can. Yeah, you got Goldie next to you. The world's your oyster.
I think I want to. I think I need to become a hero. Not a hero. What?
No, it's episode 3. Become a hero.
Right. I think I need to come back into Kalishtar form.
Great.
And
So
I would.
So that'll be your bonus action. Now you have your action available to you.
My action. I would actually like to perform an unarmed strike. Because you said we're like within 5 feet of the tree, correct? Or no? Or is it...
No, you could get up to that. You could get up to either the Skyholder itself or the two animated trees. The Skyholder would be trickier because you'd be like having to run right up to the other folks as well.
Yeah. Okay. I think I will try the 2 other animated. You said the 2 animated trees?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think I would like to use an unarmed strike against them.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, you can strike one right, the one on the right or the one on the left.
The one on the right because I'm left-handed.
Okay. Excellent.
Know what that means, really?
I'm going with it. So great. So roll me an attack roll, just a d20, and you're going to add your strength. So a d20 plus 2, or plus 4, excuse me, because you're proficient. Oh,
20 plus.
That's a natural 20.
Hell yeah.
Air horn. Yeah. So you punch the heck out of this thing. Roll 2d4 for your damage, and then something else cool is going to happen.
Oh wait.
Right. And that's good. Yeah, so that's going to double. So that's a 3 doubled. So you get 6 damage on this thing. That's a hefty punch. So you run up, you transform out of a fox. Haxton looks very surprised by this. Run up and just wham, make contact with this tree. And as you punch, you of anyone in this party would be aware that in a grove like this, everything is connected.
Mm-hmm.
So you make hard contact with this tree, and you feel the intrusion of the iron in it. You feel like the magic that has been wrought on this tree to sort of force it to grow this, and through its roots, you feel a central connection going back to the Skyholder tree itself and this glowing iron band around the circle of it. You feel like this is a tree that has been corrupted, and you can, with that natural 20 deep force connection with this tree, you feel the central point of corruption on this grove that wants to be peaceful, wants to be a steward of the forest, wants to be left alone, and has been kind of rolled into this greater conflict by this this corruption. Unfortunately, you realize that right as it is the tree's turn to go. And so you like punch the tree, you get this flash, and then you look up and you see it bringing an arm down towards you as it makes a big iron tree swing at you and rolls a 15 to hit. What's your armor class?
Armor class. Wait for it. Oh, light armor. Oh, wait. Sorry.
No problem.
It should be next to your initiative.
Next to your, it looks like it's a 13, so that does hit.
Oh, 13, yes.
Okay, so that hits, and you take 8 damage from this just whomp, a whomping willow, if you will.
We've got the zingers tonight.
I'm trying. It took me 3 weeks to really warm up into it, but now I feel like I'm finally getting my stride. The other one I think is going to stride towards you, Goldie, and try to make the same attack. Big ol' tree arm down. That's another 15 to hit.
Does not hit.
All right, whoosh! Cat-like reflexes. You dodge out of the way. The 2 bandits are going to run forward into the fray. I think one's going to try to swing at you, Goldie. And oh boy, nope. That one doesn't hit. And the other one is gonna, they're all going at Goldie. Okay, that one does roll a 16.
Oh yeah, that hits.
All right, finally, somebody gets through. That's 4 damage.
Oh,
so
now it wasn't enough.
Not enough. So Goldie and 2 bandits and the tree, Scroll and the tree over on the other side. The Haskell. What's his hat? I forgot my butler's name.
Haskins?
The butler.
Haxton. There we go. Haxton. Over under the Skyholder. And it is his turn now. Or no, I'm sorry. It's Mabel's turn first.
Yes. Mabel. Okay. I was like, I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get out of this. Okay. So I'm going to roll another wisdom check to see. Oh, this one's an 18.
Oh, that'll do it. Absolutely.
Yes.
Right.
So I get out of it. I flip out of it, like. And then with my bonus action, I want to cast Healing Word on Scroll. Scroll took 8 damage, right?
Yeah.
So this is for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So it's 2d4. So 1, 2, and 1, 1. So that's 3.
Hey, every little bit helps.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. I actually get to roll 1 more d4 because I'm a level 3. So you actually get, that one came up to 4. So that's 7 total.
Nice. Excellent. So now it is Haxton's turn, and he strikes the tree again, and the tone changes once again. So actually, Grift, as that is changed, you and Marcus are released as this spell changes, because he's no longer concentrating on that. What he is concentrating
Can I pretend I did it myself?
Roll performance real quick. See how convincing it is.
12.
12. Yeah, it's reasonable.
Sorry.
There's room for doubt, I think. Yeah, he is now. I think he's gonna throw. So between you all and him, so there's this space. There's the Skyholder, him. There's the 2 awakened trees. There's the bandits. There's Scroll, and there's everybody else. In the center of this clearing, suddenly the ground sort of cracks open, and he lifts his staff up as the tune changes, and it's very like discordant and terrible sounding as the ground cracks open, and you see this massive tentacles open up and come up out of it, and start sort of slashing around the clearing. It is about a 20-foot area that is just like these lashing tentacles waving around, and he has sort of built them across to try to block people's way as they come. And yeah, that will bring it to Goldie's turn after this frankly horrifying thing just happened.
This changes things. Am I within the reach of any of these tentacles?
No, you are about 5 feet away.
Amazing.
Or about 10 feet from the perimeter of them.
Okay. I had a whole idea, and now
he says, "Ha! Everything goes according to plan."
Yeah. Well, can we see what the tentacles are connected to?
For lack of a better word, the abyss. This is like an interdimensional rift has opened up.
Cool.
And, yeah.
Oh, lovely. Okay. Well. I guess I'll shoot one of them with my crossbow.
I will say the roll a quick Arcana check.
Okay. Oh, I'm good at that. 16.
Okay. So this is a rift itself. This seems to be, I think you would know, this kind of a spell is more like, it's less like a being or a creature than like a presence.
Okay.
They seem pretty ambivalent about what they are grabbing at or where. Like it's mostly a disruptive force on the ground. It's not like a new creature that's entering the battlefield. So I think it feels contained to that area.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Then I will turn my attentions towards Haxton.
Ooh.
And I will... No, I'm going to do this the violent way. I'll mind sliver Haxton.
Oh my God. You woke up this morning and chose violence.
Yeah. Well, I was knocked out, so I literally just woke up.
It's true. All right. Tell me of this mind sliver.
So this mind sliver, I just give Haxton the finger, and it's devastating. And I'm a cat, but it's like extra devastating because I don't have fingers.
So, but you find a way.
I do.
Find it within yourself.
Yeah.
So he has to make an int save.
What save do you make?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Intelligence.
He rolled a 6, so there wasn't much that was gonna get him there.
Amazing, love it. Okay, so that's some psychic damage for Haxton, and then subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of my next turn.
Oh well, I got news for you. So roll your damage. In the meantime, I'll have news for you.
3 points of psychic damage.
Okay, 3 points of psychic damage, but so this happens. He changes the tone on the sound. These tentacles erupt out. He's like really getting into it. He's laughing maniacally, and then suddenly it's like shink, worst migraine ever, and he cries out. And as he loses concentration, because that saving throw that you gave him -4 on, he just rolled because he took damage, loses concentration, and the tentacles just like fold back up into the world. Like it's like the clearing just puts itself back together.
They just came up for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, they were like, "Hey guys, what's up? Never mind, it's cool, bye."
Yeah, on a show.
Yeah, that was a premium sliver.
Sweet, thank you, Mind Sliver.
Yeah. So he is now grabbing his head. The ringing, the tonal ringing has ceased. The trees are still animate, and the bandits are still there. But Grift, you are free, and it is your turn.
All right. I'm going to try and cast Suggestion on Haxton. I'm gonna say, like, hey, we're on the same side here. We all want Lucidia to have a good transition in this role, because that's what he's doing, right? He's like trying to give a comment, and yeah, whatever. Yeah, we all want the best for her. If you come back with us now, we can help smooth things over.
Nice. What does he roll to try to beat that?
A wisdom 13.
Wisdom 13. He rolled a nat 20.
God damn it.
So he doesn't even think about it. It's like I think you start to speak, and do you cast magic through speech, right? Through like,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So you're putting that sort of magical spin on your words, and I think he is lamenting the loss of his tentacles, but the hand just comes up and bashes away like this spell, and you actually like swallow your own words a little bit, and cease. And he says, "Don't pretend to know what is going on here. I know what is best for her, and you're all going to have to die."
Jesus.
Yeah. He's he's been around for a while. He's had a lot of time to form some hard opinions. Marcus is free. He's gonna run up to the tree.
Wait. Can I bonus action?
Oh yeah, bonus action. Yes.
I also want to give. I'm gonna give Bardic to Scroll as well. Nice. I think.
And that's a D6.
That's you can add a D6 roll to any attack, saving, or ability check. I just say, hey, I tried something that didn't work. I believe in you. You got this.
Marcus from across the clearing goes, thanks, and starts running towards the tree that's attacking Scroll, and that rolls a 10. It says thanks, and pulls a sword out and just goes doink and bounces it off the tree.
Oh no!
Damn it.
And it's not great. Scroll, Marcus just came up and tried to help. He did.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marcus. Yeah, I'm struggling over here. Not really. Is it my turn or is it?
It is your turn. Yeah.
Oh gosh. I'm like, Marcus, you're too kind. One day you'll. Thank you. I'm so grateful. I think while I'm still within peril and trying to like make sense of things, I still have this tree, right, that I'm like battling against, and I just took mighty
blow from.
Mighty blow. Go ahead.
No, that was what I was going to. Yeah, you got punched by a tree.
Yeah.
You have identified the source of this corruption at the band around the Skyholder by where Haxton is standing. The other tree has Goldie and a bunch of bandits around it, but it's just you and Marcus in the tree right now.
Oh gosh. I think I mean, at this point, I would like to. I mean, hang on, I'm trying to see. I have actions at this point, if it's possible. I kind of want to use another action, interact with an object.
Okay.
Yeah, and try to see if there's a way that I can connect with this tree and like, well, yeah. I think I want to see if there's a way to lessen the blow at this point, interacting with it.
So trying to commune with the tree that's attacking you?
Yeah.
Okay, to sort of try to soothe it, to try to redirect it. Like, what's the play?
To try to soothe it, because it seems as if like not only is it like it's giving off that bad vibes, it's like truly to like I feel like it's like a hurt, damaged, being that has a force that is negative taking over it. So I'm trying to at least heal it and bring it back.
Yeah, it's lashing
as
out.
I do.
Absolutely.
So, even if I'm getting beat up by it, I still want it to. I want it to be better than where it is right now. It's hurting because it's been hurt.
Oh, hurt trees hurt people. I love that.
That's what they say.
Looking at your spell list, I think go ahead and cast. I think the way that it's going to channel. I'm going to channel this is through the hold person spell, because I think you are trying to like chill this tree out, like to try to sort of calm it down. Yeah, like you said, coax it down. I think that's going to come out in the form of hold person.
Holding.
So the tree's going to try to resist that. And what is your? It's not going to get there. It rolled a 13, and it has a flat wisdom, so it comes in just under your spell save, which is a 14. So it is held. I think it is like it's rearing up, and suddenly you see it. I mean, I guess for lack of a better word, become a tree again. Like it sort of knocks back, the roots retake in the ground, and it goes dormant. And you do feel, as you do this with your Kalashtar connection with that, you feel almost like a psychic sigh of relief from this tree as it sort of settles back into the ground. The other tree doesn't. It
still chooses violence.
it's still a little mad. It rolls a 19 on you, Goldie.
That hits.
Yeah. Oh wait, Goldie, did you mind slivered? Yes,
I did mind.
You did. Okay, I wanted to make sure I didn't miss you. That's gonna be 8 damage.
Okay.
And yeah, you take a hard hit, and I think the Haxton directs the bandits, like calls it. He sees what you did, Scroll, and directs these bandits over towards your mess, or towards your direction, and they are going to try to. Marcus gets in the way, and they're going to try to attack Marcus, and they're going to do a bad job because they're bad at swords. I mean, they're circus folk. What did we expect from them? They rolled a 5 and an 8, so Marcus is able to avoid their wrath. Haxton is back up at the top of the order, and he says, "Leave this grove alone," to you, Scroll, and is going to cast, I think, just a straight up magic missile at you. So he casts 3 bolts of energy directly at you that are auto hits, and you're going to take 9 damage this time.
Oh, okay.
Boom, boom, boom. He doesn't like what you did with his trees when you made them happy again. And Mabel, you're up.
Okay, so here's my question. The bandits, are they close to anybody?
They're close to Goldie, but they ran over to the center. They're close close to Marcus.
Okay.
I don't know if that deters your course of action at all.
Maybe a little bit. Do I know where the power is coming from, that band?
I think you have. Roll a quick Arcana check.
Oh, that was a 3. So I guess
A 3. I think you know from your studies that it's the tree, the large tree, the Skyholder. I don't think you know exactly where. It's Haxton and that tree. That area seems to be where this is all coming from.
And Haxton is by the tree. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to move towards Haxton and the tree.
Great.
And I am going to try and cast Thunder Wave. So let me see if I get it cast.
Oh, yeah. I think he just tries to save from that.
Oh, okay. So I don't have to roll my.
That's good. No, so it's a Constitution?
Yes. Constitution save is 12.
It's a 3. He's a frail old man, you know.
Wow.
So that's going to hit him and the tree. I'm going to say. So can you roll damage on that?
Yeah, I'll just use the app. Let's see. It's a 16.
Oh my god! Woof! That thunders out in a wave.
And
Okay.
sorry, real quick.
Yeah.
I forgot to describe it. Okay, first, it's me. I get my lyre out. I'm playing it. It's like a rock, right? And then my and sapling, my little bird, is just doing this like high pitched weird thing, and so that's how the thunderclouds roll over. And one thing you should know about the spell, it says that unsecured objects within the area of effect are automatically pushed 10 feet away from you by the spell's effect. And there's
Great.
a big
Haxton is an unsecured object. So he
Insecure.
flies back. Yeah, he hits the tree. The band takes this huge hit of damage, and actually you see it like start to crack a little bit. There's a way he slams back, and when that band cracks just a little bit, Goldie, the tree that you have been fighting actually goes dormant again. It sort of sits back. He is obviously thrown, literally and physically, and mentally, and then is sort of regathering his thoughts. But you clock as this happens. The tree sits back, and then Goldie, as you look up, are you doing anything else on your turn, Mabel? By the way,
no, it's okay.
Because that was awesome. You look up, Goldie, as it comes to your turn, and you see the bandits sort of shaking their heads as well. Everybody looks confused. There's kind of a lull, and Haxton is trying to regroup. And it is your turn now, Goldie.
Okay. I will. We're still in initiative, or like we're still in combat.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to cast Charm Person on Haxton.
Ooh. Fascinating.
And he has advantage on the wisdom saving throw because we're engaged in a fight.
Mm-hmm. You rolled a 5 and a 13.
Well, the 13 does
Does it?
just barely.
Oh, Haxton, you dog. Anything. So you try to, and he's obviously like, it's not like when he bashed Griff's spell away. This like almost hits, and then he manages to wrestle through it. He says, "No, for the house," and starts sort of rallying. Anything else you care to do?
The tree I'm engaged with has backed off. Am I close to the two now confused?
Yeah, you could get to them.
Okay. Do I recognize them? Like, have we worked together?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you know it's been a while, but these would be two guys that you probably ran with up north for a little bit.
Okay. Then I'll like try and make eye contact with both of them and just kind of like give a little like questionable salute.
Roll a real quick persuasion check.
Ooh, okay. Am I good at this? Sure am. I'm a smuggler. That is a 14.
Okay, it's more than a 10. And so actually what you are doing, you do the little salute. They look up, they see you. Your persuasion check comes in because Marcus is just about to behead one of them with his sword. And so you manage to stop that from happening as you see recognition dawn in these guys' eyes. And Marcus stops and goes, "What? Oh, okay. Who do I, where does it go?"
Just point at Haxton.
Okay, he's gonna resolve that soon. Grift, you are up.
He's holding a staff or something still, right?
Yeah. It's like a long iron rod.
What would it take for me to like mage hand this out of this guy's hand?
I'll give it to you with a strength contest.
This is not my strong suit. Hang on, I'm seeing if I want to do anything else. But just my strength versus like we both roll.
Yeah, just a straight up strength contest. He looks pretty frail.
All right. 17.
Wow. Okay, I love this because Grift, the bard, run away from a family that prizes martial strength and prowess above all. You fail on that last spell that you cast, and I think you run up, and I think for a moment, like, yeah, describe how this happens. How do you take this staff? He rolled a 12, so it's all
Gotcha. I think I'm like flashing back to like fights with my brothers growing up, like stealing something from me, and I'm like, give it back, and just kind of like my personal tricks aren't working, so it's kind of like the stoop to their level moment. And so I like just kind of like run over and I like I literally just like yank it out of his hands.
Love that. Yeah. Yeah, just throwing back to the half orc style. Yeah, what do you do with it?
I just snap it over my leg.
Ooh, it is iron.
Oh.
You can try. I'll let you make that roll. It's going to be a hard one.
Didn't you say it cracked though?
The iron band around the tree started to crack under the weight of the thunder wave. It's thinner iron. This is like a rod.
Okay, I'm gonna try something else then. I'm gonna like, I remember what happened at like the carnivals and stuff. I'm gonna like try to just like tap it on the ground.
Ooh.
And see what happens. See if I can control it.
Give me an Arcana roll.
Oh, Arcana?
Yeah.
Oh, I lost my dice.
You know what?
I just rolled a nat 20 on the ground. Does that count?
Are you kidding me? Yes.
Yeah, it is. I can't move the laptop without disconnecting my mic, but I swear to God, it's a nat 20 on the ground.
I believe you.
I'm going to take a picture of it just so y'all know.
Oh my God.
Grift, what happens?
Can you?
Oh,
It's a nat 20.
Yeah.
What happens?
Okay, I bang it on the ground, and I think because I'm a bard, right? I went to music school. I think it's like a tuning fork. You just like hit it, and I like just kind of like, I've always been the person who can pick up any instrument, play it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And tone rings out. Where are there is still one tree remaining, right?
No, that one had sort of folded back, but it can still be animate. They had calmed down, but they're still like walking.
Okay,
around.
but it's still around.
Yeah.
I'd say that tree reanimates and comes and grabs him and holds him.
That's cool. I think, yeah, and I'm gonna add a little bit onto that. It comes and scoops him up, and with the other hand, I think it just rips that iron band off of this tree, off of this guy holder, and scroll. You feel this wave of relief sweep across the entire band. It's like somebody like taking off a girdle or something, but like a psychic girdle with spikes in it or something. I don't know. Things are getting dark. But just like
a corset.
Yeah, it's like an exhalation that ripples through this entire glade, and you actually see the iron that had been growing out of these trees start to melt away, like it glows red hot, but the trees themselves don't burn at all. It's this magical heat, and it just sort of bleeds out of them. And there is a feeling of injury, but a feeling of recovery and exhalation and relief washing across this entire glade as you have saved the Skyholder Glade from the machinations of Haxton. We have a few minutes left. I'm very curious to see what the epilogue is for all of you. Skoshik comes out of the tree and is free, by the way. You freed him. He's okay. But yeah, where to next for our band of adventurers?
I feel like I want to stay and help heal the tree. If it's this large, it's like the size of like a football field, you said? Like this.
Yeah, it's massive.
I feel like that's going to be my study because that's only going to help like further keep the grove and the surrounding space.
Mm-hmm.
Like this becomes my like area, my home for a while. I would like to stay with the tree and make sure its branches are able to recover from the damage.
That's lovely. Love that. Goldie, how about yourself?
I would like to casually and very like smoothly approach Grift and just float the idea of like teaming up to continue the smuggling work that I've been doing. Maybe a fun jailbreak for my friend Gladys, who I can explain to them about what our deal was. Yeah, just like kind of floating the idea to see if they're at all interested.
I think Grift is definitely wants to do that and is like super into the idea. I think she has some unfinished business here to wrap up. I think she wants to like kind of talk to Lucidia and like maybe do a little recon, do a little like try and help her with some of the like townspeople problems, like maybe like put on a benefit show or like some kind of like something to like persuade the people to like give her a chance.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Like a little last ditch help. She just lost her butler.
And that's the hardest cut of all.
Yeah, I think I do that a little bit and then like kind of ghost again and like go on the road.
Love that. And Mabel, how about yourself?
I think that I am impressed with Griff's skills in this battle. So I say so. You know, it's a cute moment, I guess.
That is word for word how it happens.
Pretty much. I buy Marcus a new bird and I say, you're not getting this one back, but you know, this will help you. And I feel a little guilty about it. And he tries to hug me and I'm disgusted. What else? I think I'm definitely, I go back and get the money. I feel like I want to use like this town maybe as like one of my home bases for like just traveling. And so I asked maybe Lucidia to spread the word about like the whispers are back and they're not all bad. So, you know, tell your friends and maybe I help Griff with the concert. And the final thing is I know I take Sapling to see Scroll at the tree when I do come to town.
Oh, I love that. I think, the last shot of this lovely campaign is Scroll tending to the garden and hearing a familiar chirp and looking back as Sapling comes and lands on the shoulder. Iris Alves.
Sapling.
And that is all the adventure I have for you all tonight.
And Skoshik stays in the tree.
Skoshik stays in the tree and makes a lovely nest.
Skoshik! Get out of
there. Thank you all so much for joining us for Sideshow Adventure Club. This has been a delight. Jerrika Guest, where can people find you and your work?
Yeah, people can find me on Instagram at JEvelynG, where I am both an actor, intimacy director. I'm also doing a reading of Terry Guest's The Madness of Mary Todd. That's going to be at the Goodman this Saturday at 7:30. I hear tickets are sold out, but I hear rumor, so just know that. But that is something that is coming up this week. Also, if you need to prep your plants for fall, follow my plant page at Jive Plants with a Z in order to book a consultation or just like ask me questions and know what's happening with the world of plants.
Hey, Kay, how about yourself?
You can find me on Instagram at Just Making Do. That's the thing. I sew, I paint, I make a lot of little things. I also used to do fabrication and stuff. So if you got any weird specific thing you need made or painted or whatever, hit me up or just buy the things I already have listed. Any of those things.
Awesome. Dion.
Hi. You can find me at Strawberry Gelato on Instagram. Also, you can Google my new cool sex ed web series. It's called Sexuality Out Loud. It is also streaming on Open Television, OTV. And I will be posting, I'm going to have to, do things like set up an Instagram for it and all this stuff. And I will post updates to Strawberry Gelato, so you can just follow me there.
Fantastic. And Tina.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at TinaMP. My Instagram is all just cat content, so if you're into that, give me a follow. You can listen to my voice say some fun stuff on The Vanishing Act, which is an audio drama in 12 parts. All 12 episodes are out. We just announced 5 more that are coming out around Christmas. So find us wherever you get your podcasts. It's a silly, fun time, and I enjoyed it a lot. And you can see me in person singing and doing a lot of fun cartoonish things in Mr. Burns, a post-electric play at Theater Wit for the next month at least. We'll see about more. So yeah, come check us out at Theater Wit. Hit me up on Instagram if you want industry codes, if you're in the industry. And yeah, come see a play.
Yay! And I'm Walt McGough. I'm W. McGuy on most social stuff. If you want to play a game of D&D and don't know where to start, I have a website for that. It's firsttimeatthetable.com. I would love to help make that happen for you and your friends. Massive thanks to Bo Frazier, our fantastic artistic producer who has helped shepherd us through all of this. Thanks also to Aaron Lockman. Feel so much better, Aaron. We miss you. And our very special bird boy. And last but not least, sideshowtheater.org. Please check out Sideshow Theater Company. We are going to do a rebroadcast of the play The Whisperer's Apprentice, which is set in the world of this campaign, just 500 years in the future. There's some stuff about Mistrun in there, some other stuff, little Easter eggs. That is going to be going up rebroadcast next Friday, October 15th. And then it'll be up on YouTube for a little while after. But most importantly, please go to sideshowtheater.org. Check out all of our work. Support us if you can. Thank you to everyone for joining. And keep playing games and have a wonderful night. Bye, folks.
Bye.
Thank you.